तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण जय तुम्हार शरण लय तार वांछा पूर्ण होय जय तुम्हार शरण कृपा करे गर तारे बृंदावनवासी कृपा करे मोर अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो बास मोर अभिलाष नयने हेरिवो सदा युगल रूप राशि नयने निवेदन धरो सखीरनुगत करो निवेदन धरो सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी सेवाधिकार दीन कृष्ण दास को ये नमो श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदा जिनु भाषी तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणपदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणपदे पदे यानि कानि हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare जय तुलसी महारानी जय वृंदा देवी, जय तुलसी महारानी जय वृंदा देवी। जय वृंदे जय वृंदे जय वृंदे जय वृंदे। वृंदाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वृंदायै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णुभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्री वृंदादेवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
श्री श्री गौरा सुंदर श्री श्री नित्यानंद राम की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्री पंच तत्व की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने।
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने।
करवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्तारिणे। Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Kara More Shri कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे तोमा बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे तोमा बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावना हेतु तव अवतारा पतित पावना हेतु तव अवतारा मोक्षम पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आराम पिता प्रभु न पाइबे मोक्षम पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आराम पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपा बलकना कर आमी बर दुखी कृपा बलकना कर आमी बर दुखी दया कर सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई दया कर सीतापति अद्वैता गोसाई तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा बले पाय चैतन्य निताय आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्टाजुगा श्रीजीवः प्रभुलोकनाथ भट्टाजुगा श्रीजीवः प्रभुलोकनाथ दया कर श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया कर श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास रामचंद्र संग मांगे नरोत्तम दास Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरा सुंदर जय नित्यानंद राम गौरा सुंदर जय नित्यानंद राम जय पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व पंचतत्व जय पंचतत्व जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल 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 निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Astottara Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Astottara Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Anandakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Navadip Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagavan ki, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi ki, Jamuna Maya Ganga Maya ki, Samveda Bhaktivinoda ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Sankirtan Jagna ki, Transcendental Book Distribution ki, Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Sunday Love Feast ki, Gaur Premanandi, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga.
जय नरसिंहा श्री नरसिंहा जय जय नरसिंहा प्रह्लादेशा जय पद्मा मुखा पद्मा भृंगा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखम् नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखम् नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखम् नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लाद लाददायिने प्रह्लाद लाददायिने हिरण्याकाशी पूर्वक्षा हिरण्याकाशी पूर्वक्षा शीलातङ्कानकालाये शीलातङ्कानकालाये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बाहेर नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा बाहेर नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहामदीं शरणां प्रपदे नरसिंहामदीं शरणां प्रपदे तव करकमलावरे नकाम् अद्भुतसिंहा दलिता हिरण्यकाशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमलावरे नकाम् अद्भुतसिंहा दलिता तानुभृङ्गा नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमलावरे नकाम् अद्भुतसिंहा दलिता हिरण्यकाशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, जय प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। थैंक यू।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare.
for you.
Me?
Yes. This is prasad, and then there's also something for you. Okay? I meant to come earlier, but I was sorry. I can't stay. I know you're doing class. I'm sorry. Okay?
Thank you.
I meant to give it to you that day, but it was everything kind
It
of
was a beautiful
got away
day.
from us. I really appreciate you being there.
Thank you. Haribo. Prabhupada ki jai. Haribo. Thank you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Haribo. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Haribo. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Baradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Haribo. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajakacharya Ashto Tarasati Shishimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityalila Vishta Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajakacharya Ashto Tarasati Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shai Mukunda Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadip Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Nilachala Dham ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagavan ki, Go Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatidechtarne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Go Bhaktivinoda Ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome everyone for our Sunday Love Feast. So today we're going to be singing another song. We sang 2 songs on Gaur Purnima. I think the boys are louder than the girls, right? All the men are cooking today. Pretty amazing, huh? So they're all excited. So today the song we're singing relates to the practice of devotional service. Because there's different ways you can practice devotional service. But this Shuddha Bhakata, that means pure, unadulterated devotional service. Anya Vilasata Sunyam, Jnana Karmada Navritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Silanam Bhakti Uttama. It means devotional service without any tinge of karma, gyan, or yoga. I heard Prabhupada this morning in the lecture, and he was saying how this is 1970 something, he was talking about how some of the devotees actually have gone away from Krishna consciousness. And he explained that because of not being consistent in the practice. And interestingly enough, he mentioned yoga, because some of the devotees during that time were doing yoga, but they were following some other swamis and so on and so forth. And Prabhupada was trying to protect us from those who share Vedic knowledge, but in an adulterated way. And in India, there's so many swamis. And what do they call it? Man gods? There's some term like that, man god. Because the people are very innocent, very nice. It's like Kumbh Mela. How many people? 500 million? The largest human gathering in history. So Srila Prabhupada said whenever there's some spiritual discourse or spiritual festival, Hindus will come by the millions. They just proved that. 500 million people? Unbelievable. But not all 500 million truly understand what is Krishna, or who is Krishna. That's a difficult subject matter. And then even if they understand that there is Krishna, love of Krishna is the next step. And even before love of Krishna, there's preliminary steps that you have to follow. That is called sadhana bhakti. Shuddha bhakti, then sadhana bhakti. Shuddha means pure. Sadhana means you follow some principles. Rising early in the morning, chanting rounds. You may not be able to chant 16, but if you're an initiated member, you have to chant 16. Sometimes devotees want to chant more. And Prabhupada would say, at least chant 16 nicely, then you will be successful. So that is sadhana. You have to do it. You make a vow to do it. I will do this. I will, just like on my telephone, my alarm is set for 5 o'clock a.m. It doesn't mean I get up every time. But that is the standard in my heart. When I was a brahmachari for like 8 years, my standard to get up in the morning was 2:30 in the morning. So I could chant all 16 rounds before Mangal Arti. That way I could read 1 or 2 hours in the morning before my service going out to sell Prabhupada's books. So I had a really nice little tight schedule. By Krishna's grace, by doing that, it has instilled in me a sense of responsibility in spiritual life. That is the beginning. When you come to the next stage, which becomes like Raganuga, sometimes they say Raganuga Bhakti, that becomes spontaneous. What sport do you play? What sport do you play? Tennis. It doesn't take a lot to get you to do it, right? You kind of you like doing it, right? Yeah. That's called spontaneity. What about you? Huh? Pickleball. That is so new for me. What is a pickleball? Like pickle is something you eat. I know it's like, anyway, it's something new for me. We didn't have that in the old days. We had badminton, which is a replacement for tennis, okay? So you don't have to, does your mom have to force you to do it? No, you like doing it. That's called spontaneous devotional, well, not devotional service yet, but it's spontaneous. You have a taste for it. So in the beginning of devotional service, you really don't necessarily have a taste for it, getting up in the morning. For me, that was very strange, because I used to play in a music group, and we would come home at 3 in the morning, and devotees get up at 2 in the morning. It's like strange. So when I joined the temple, it was difficult to adjust, but devotees did not force me. They gave me prasadam. They taught me how to chant. They taught me how to read Prabhupada's books, and then gradually, by consistent, sincere practice, some taste came that I wanted to get up. I wanted to be part of the early program. So for all of you who are living in your homes, the youth, the parents, it's very important that we come to the stage where we have some attraction for Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's very difficult to go your whole life in Krishna consciousness. It's not that easy, especially for our young devotees. There's so many distractions, right? There's a distraction on your arm. There's a distraction in your pocket, your little iPad, Z-Pad, U-Pad. I mean, I have one too, all right? So everything. But my iPad, I have Prabhupada's books, I have Kirtan, so many things are there. So Sudabhakata, this is a very important song. Especially, there's one part that I'm going to emphasize in the discussion today, which is very helpful for families, householders. Because in our line of devotional service, if you look, you have Srila Prabhupada, he was a sannyasi. You have Bhakti Siddhanta, he was a sannyasi. Then you have Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. He was not really a sannyasi. Babaji is actually a higher stage, but he was also grihastha in the beginning. Then you have, who's next? Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he had 11 children, and he was the magistrate in charge of the Jagannath Puri temple. He had a big responsibility. I don't think any one of us have responsibility equal to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But somehow or another, he wrote dozens and dozens of songs and poetry and books. Actually, his book is the one that came to America in 1896, the year that Prabhupada was born. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, The Teachings of Life and Teachings and Precepts of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, came to McGill University in Canada, same year that Prabhupada was born. So Prabhupada understood that that was a signal for him to bring Krishna consciousness to the West. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, some of the songs you know, like you know the prayer for taking prasadam, right? Does everyone know that prayer? Say it. Sharira, that one. Mahaprasada Govinde. Nama Brahmane Vaishnave. Swapa Punya Vridam Rajam. Vishwasunyai Vijayate. I get it messed up too, don't worry. It's not that easy. But then Sarira Vijaja Jatindya Teheka Jive Palevi Saya Sagare Tarmadje Jivoyati Loba Maya Sadurmati Takeja Takatina Samsare Krishna Badadoya Moy Kora Bori Jiva Joy Swa Prasad Anadilobai Sayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Primeda Ko Chaitanya Nitai Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Jaya Radha Madhav, we just sang Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But this song here, and one of my godbrothers who lives in Alachua, Dasarat Prabhu, he's expert at translating Bengali songs and prayers and all those things. So he actually did a beautiful translation. But this is from the original Hare Krishna songbook There are new songbooks that have come, but this is from the original Hare Krishna songbook. The one that I have here is also a Hare Krishna songbook. It was put together by Bhakti Gauravani Goswami from Europe. And he did a really nice thing. He gave the song translation, and then he gave Prabhupada's classes, lectures on the particular song. Because Srila Prabhupada loved these songs. If you haven't listened to Srila Prabhupada, you can go to prabhupadvani.org. Haribol, Mataji. And you can hear all the Prabhupada's chanting japa, songs, Hare Krishna Kirtan, teaching Mridanga, classes, interviews. Everything is prabhupadvani.org. So the song we're going to sing today, are you all ready? You sure? Haribol. This is a very, very important song. And I have to play Mridanga on this. It's a 2-beat. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula. Sing. Charana Renu Anukula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Kardamula Bhakata Seva Premalati Kardamula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Kardamula Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Kardamula. Sing. Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Kardamula. Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori. Krishna Vasati Asati Boli Parama Adare Bori Krishna Vasati Vasati Boli Parama Adare Bori Gaur Amara Yesabastani Korolo Brahmana Range Gaur Amara Yesabastani Korolo Brahmana Gaur Amara Yesabastani Korolo Brahmana Range Gaur Amara Yesabastani Korolo Brahmana Sesabastana Heribo Ami Pranayi Bhakata Sange Sesabastana heribo ame pranai bhakata sange. Sesabastana heribo ame pranai bhakata sange. Ah, nice. Mridanga vaja sunite mana avasara sadayache. Mridanga Mridanga vaja sunite mana avasara sadhayache. Avasa Gaura vihita kirtana shuni anande hridoya nache. Gaura vita kirtana shuni anande hridoya nache. Jugala murti dekiya mora parama ananda hoya. Jugala murti dekiya mora parama ananda hoya. Prasada seva korite hoya sakala prapancha joya. Haribo. Prasada seva korite hoya sakala prapancha joya. Ibo Jedina grihe bhajana deki grihe te goloka bhaya. Deki grihe te goloka. Jedina grihe bhajana deki grihe te goloka bhaya. Charana sidhu dekiya ganga sukana simha phaya. Very nice. Charana sidhu dekiya ganga sukana simha phaya. Tulasi deke judaya prana madhava toshani jani. Tulasi deki judaya prana madhava toshani jani. Gora priya sakasevani jivana sartakamani. Gora Priya Saka Sevani Jivana Sartakamani Bhakti Vino Krishna Bhajane Anukula Payaya Bhakti Vino Krishna Bhajane Anukula Payaya Pratidivase Paramasuke Swikarha Puruye Ta Pratidivase Paramasuke Swikarha Puruye Ta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So let's look at and discuss and share our feelings from this beautiful song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. First he says, the dust from the lotus feet of pure devotees gives rise to devotional service. Point number one. I asked this question recently, and it's a little bewildering. What does it mean, dust of the lotus feet? How can dust do anything to your spiritual life? How does that work? Dust, like sometimes we touch the feet of someone we respect. Point of interest, that should not be done in the temple room, in front of the deities, in front of Prabhupada. Touching the feet is no problem because it's a way of trying to get a blessing, but in front of the deities is not recommended. If you slip up and do it, you're not going to go to hell for doing it, but it's not recommended to do. I remember has anyone ever been to Aligarh? Am I saying it correctly? Aligarh. It's just beyond Modinagar, Delhi, Modinagar, Aligarh. Aligarh is on the way to Vrindavan. So I just by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, happened to be in his service in Aligarh. Aligarh is primarily a Muslim town. It's funny what the children do. When they see Hare Krishna, they go, Alibo. And we start, they said Haribo. Then they keep going, Alibo, Haribo. We thought they were saying Haribo, but they were making fun. But it's okay. Alibo, Haribo, there's no problem. So Prabhupada, interesting thing happened there. It was a impromptu program for Prabhupada, meaning it was not arranged properly. There's some university there in Aligarh. Prabhupada was supposed to speak there. It didn't work out. So they set up a pandal for Prabhupada. But they did not have Vyasa-san for Prabhupada. No proper seat. So we found out maybe 2-3 hours before the program, there's no seat for Prabhupada. So myself, few other devotees, disciples of Prabhupada, we went door to door in Aligarh. Please, we need some seat for our guru. I don't have anything. Please, we need something. So one man gave us a sofa. You know how big a sofa is, right? So you got these Hare Krishnas, black and white, going through the streets of Aligarh carrying a big sofa on their head. And we put it on the stage. The reason I bring this story up all the time, 2 days before, in Delhi, they had a silver, maybe 6 feet, 7 feet tall Vyasa-san for Prabhupada, with purple cushions and ballast, and it was just spectacular. You'll see the picture of it sometimes. The next day, we went to Modinagar, another beautiful Vyasasan. And also in Modinagar, Prabhupada went to some place, house, whatever, and they had a wooden chair. And then we gave him a sofa. My point is, Prabhupada did not complain. Where's my big seat? I'm Iskon Acharya. Where's my seat? I will not speak until you give me a proper seat. He didn't do that. Why? Because he's on the level of pure devotional service. On the level of pure devotional service, you don't look for any respect. If you get it, you accept it, Hare Krishna. But you don't make the mistake of looking for it, because Krishna tells us in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verses 8 through 12, two principles are mentioned. Amanitvam, adanvitvam. Humility and pridelessness. One should practice those things. In fact, Prabhupada, in the purport to that, he says, one should have a test to see how he's doing in spiritual life, and he can use these 20 items to test yourself. So humility is extremely important. So Srila Prabhupada did not exhibit before us any sense of pride. It was all for Krishna. So the dust of the lotus feet. So that night when Prabhupada spoke in Aligarh, my job was to hold a stick and beat the people away from Prabhupada's feet. Because everyone's jumping. He's a guru. Let me get some mercy. And the devotees, no, don't let them touch Prabhupada's feet. Because what happens, when you touch someone's feet, some of the karma from yourself goes to them. That's why people do it. They want a blessing. And what is a blessing? You don't touch a person's feet to get money, because you're not going to get money. You want a blessing. What is that blessing? Huh? Take my karma. I mean, it's an innocent thing, because I want to make advancement. Please help me. You're spiritually advanced. I'm touching your feet. Bless me. So this is what devotees have been instructed to do. If someone touches your feet, you can touch their head. But like Malati taught us, Malati was here recently, one of the senior members of the Hare Krishna movement, one of the very first devotees, Mataji. So she said, you give it to Prabhupada. You can accept it, and you just give it to Prabhupada. If someone touches my feet, I give it to Prabhupada. Because you're not respecting me so much, you're respecting what I have gathered from serving him. I'm nothing without him, seriously. Before coming to Prabhupada, whatever, musician, this, that, all nonsense. But now, by Prabhupada's grace, some of you say, Balabhaja Hare Krishna Prabhu, boom. I give it to Prabhupada. It's very nice. So anyway, the dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee gives rise to devotional service. Help me understand that. What is devotional service? There are 9 types of devotional service. Let me check my old memory. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smarna Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedinam. Then the end it says, Iti Pum Sapritara Vishnu, Bhakti changed Lavanakshanam. The last part I don't remember. So first is Shravanam. What is Shravanam? Hearing. How many ears do we have? How many mouths do we have? That means twice as much of this and half as much of that. We like to talk. But we should be Shravanam. Because the next one is Kirtanam, which is the one, mouth. Shravanam, hearing, Kirtanam. Kirtanam is natural if you read Prabhupada's books enough and you listen to him enough. Then when someone asks you, can you speak something about Krishna? I'll give an example. When I first joined in 1973, I was brand new, no name, no Balabhadra, just Bhakta Ben, practically coming off the streets of Atlanta. So the temple head priest was a brilliant devotee, Gokula Ranjana Das. You know Gokula Ranjana Das. Very brilliant devotee from Long Island, New York. Actually, he didn't like being in the South, but for Prabhupada, he stayed here. So he was giving class in the evening, Bhagavad Gita class, and there was a group of college students from Morehouse College. Anyone ever heard of Morehouse College? It is the most prestigious black college in America. Very prestigious university. Dr. Martin Luther King. Many of the civil rights leaders went to Morehouse College. So here's this group of Morehouse students, all African American. Here I am, practically the only African American in the temple. So this devotee's giving a class, and I'm explaining about if you hear enough, when you're asked to speak, you can speak. So he had to go and do the Pujari service. You know what he told the students? Bhakta Ben will answer your questions. I went, what? Man, I just came here a couple of weeks ago. What are you talking about? Because I had been coming for almost a year. I'm reading Bhagavad Gita every day. I'm chanting 16 rounds. I come to the Sunday program every Sunday. I do service. He knew that I was making some progress. So I said, I don't know. So the students started asking these complicated questions. Somehow or another, Krishna gave me some little understanding. That's also from Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 10, text 10. Who knows that verse? Te sam satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. Dadami buddhi yoga. Dadami means, just like there's another verse says, dadati pratigrinanti, giving gifts in charity. So dadati means to give. Dadami. Ami means I do it. Krishna says, I give. Dadami buddhi yogam. I give you the intelligence how to come to me. So if you fill your heart and your mind and your soul by hearing this wonderful philosophy, if someone asks you, like if I ask you right now, Mataji, who is Krishna? What would you say? Yeah. Supreme. Anyone else? Who is Krishna? There's some more. Yashoda Nandana. What is that, Yashoda Nandana? Darling of Yashoda. Brajajana Ranjana. So many beautiful things. What else about Krishna? Supreme Soul. Paramatma. Param Atma. Supreme. Anything else? Absolute truth. Wow. See, that's a big one. The absolute truth is that from which all things have emanated. That's the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmad Asya. That's a tough verse. It's very long. You know it? Yata, yeah. That from which everything, if someone asks you, what is God? That from which everything is emanated. There's no other definition. That from which everything is emanated. Done. And that's Krishna. One time, this very famous ISKCON sannyasi, Hridayananda Das Goswami, he said, Krishna's not just some little blue cowherd boy. He's much more than that. Because, playing the flute, playing in Vrindavan, he's much more than that, even though that's beautiful, like you see here, that beautiful painting. Krishna's squirting the milk from the cow into Balaram's mouth. And over here, Krishna and Balaram. So people who don't have the education, they think, oh, Krishna's just some blue cowherd boy. I told you before, the scholars, they say, he's a lusty Aborigine prince. How crazy. That's all they know. Because Krishna was with the gopis and this and that, and he was a prince in Dwarka. He's much more than that. So trying to understand Krishna. So if we hear enough, Shravanam, Kirtanam is natural. I took a course from Mayapur, teacher's course, and this wonderful young devotee, he must have been 32, 33 years old, and I'm like 70 years old, right? So here's this little young devotee from Mayapur, beautiful shaved head. He had this beautiful shaved head and just always paka, nice dhoti, tilak, everything. So he was giving us classes in the evening. Adi Gadadhar Prabhu was there, some devotees from Europe were there, California, all over the world we came for this class. Funny thing is, the class started at 9 and ended at 12 p.m. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to make it through this thing? It's like 6 weeks. But he taught us something so important. He said, Prabhus, we should be so filled up by reading Prabhupada's books that if anyone asks us anything, it pours out, just comes out. Also in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 70, which I don't remember the Sanskrit right now, but it basically says, he was not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enters like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled, but is always still. And then Prabhupada says, in the rainy season, The ocean is already full, but now more rain is coming, filling it up, filling it up. But the ocean is so full, you can't disturb it. Go try and disturb the ocean. You can't. It's so full. Rivers are coming in, things are coming in. It's peaceful. So devotee is like that. We should be so filled with Krishna consciousness that it comes out naturally. It actually has more impact. If something you realize comes out, it has more impact. Bhagavad Gita explains, 18th chapter. What is that? I'm trying to think of the verse about the Brahmana. No. Description of the Brahmana. So what it says is Jnana Vijnana. I can't remember the first couple of lines. Jnana, like Prabhupada said one time, my memory is getting old. So mine is getting old. But that part I'll never forget. Jnana means what? Vijnana means what? Yeah, or knowledge by practical application. In the secular world, they say, whatever you learn, school kids, you try to share it with someone within 24 to 48 hours or you're going to forget it. So you share with it. Just kids talk to each other, what you studied in class, what you learned, da-da-da-da-da. So Jnana Vijnana, that comes from Krishna. That comes from trying to understand the philosophy by putting it into practice. So when you put it into practice and you see the result, then when you tell someone, like a devotee who told me to join Hare Krishna, 1973, he knew what my background was. I was a musician, I was all this and all that. I thought I was all this and all that, but not really. So he looked at me and he said, Bhakta Ben, you're engaged in service all the time. You chant rounds, you read the books, you come every week. Actually, I used to go every day to the temple because I worked on 14th Street. The temple was on 13th Street, Midtown. So I used to go every day for lunch, and every afternoon I go and help. So he knew my habit. So when he said that to me, what he said to me was, you should join the temple. And I said, man, are you crazy? Join the temple? What am I going to do all day around? I mean, I like coming here. What do I do all day? But you know what? In my mind, I thought, devotees do go out and chant. I can do that. I could do that for the rest of my life. So by Krishna's grace, I'm still doing that because it's so wonderful. It's come to a point where it's just absolutely wonderful. So when we get some realization and we try and share that with others, if you actually have that realization, what you're sharing has more potency. Does that make sense? How are you going to explain about the legal system of the United States of America if you don't practice it? You don't know anything about it, right? How can I play pickleball? Because I don't know pickleball, but he could teach me a lot about pickleball. And I would listen because the guy plays pickleball, basketball. Where is the soccer? Somebody said soccer. Girls, what? Huh? Swim team. You know what an astrologer devotee told me? He looked at my hand, he said, Balabhadra, don't go in the water, you will die. He's in Mayapur. I said, okay. My whole life, I'm kind of like squeamish about water. People, Prabhu, you want to go on a cruise? No. No cruise for me. So I can learn from you, swimming. What did you play? Huh? Swim. You also tell good stories, too, from the Mahabharata. She's very good at Mahabharata. Oh, I love it. Yeah. The way she tells the story is very nice. So the point is, I can learn from different people, different skills. So can someone learn from you about Krishna if they ask you? Because you have to understand, from the scripture, what is that verse? Not Brahmande. Brahmande Kunite Kon, Bhagavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai, Bhakti Lata Bij. That bhakti, the beginning, we talked about sadhana. That beginning, Bhakti Lata Bij. Bij means a seed. Bhakti Lata, the seed of bhakti, is given. You get it by the mercy of the devotees. Brahmanda Bhumite. Brahmanda Bhumite Kon, Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. So by the mercy of the Guru and advanced devotees, you get that beginning seed. And Prabhupada explains what that seed is. You'd be surprised what the seed of bhakti is, because it's very poetic. Bhakti lata, seed of devotion. So Prabhupada makes it very practical. He says the rules and regulations of devotional service constitutes the bhakti lata. It's not metaphorical. The bhakti lata is practical. The Guru gives you rules and regulations. That's the seed. That's the mercy. That's what you want, the dust. You want that mercy. You don't want that, okay, touch me, Guru, with a peacock feather, let me become a pure devotee. It doesn't work it could work like that. Krishna can do anything. Who knows the story of Dhruva Maharaj? So when Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord, what happened? The Lord came in front of him. Yes. He wanted to have a kingdom greater than his father, grandfather, anyone in the universe. So his mother taught him, she was his original guru, so she told him to worship the Lord. He went to the forest and worshiped the Lord. He worshiped in such an intense way, his breathing stopped the universal breathing. Wow, that's intense. So when the Lord came from his heart, because God is where? Everyone's heart. What is that? Is there a verse for that? Sarvasya chaham, hridhi shani visto, mata smritya jnanam, apovanamcha. I'm in everyone's heart. And from me comes knowledge, forgetfulness, and remembrance. So the Lord came outside of him, standing in front of him. What happened to Dhruva then? Take your time. See, let me tell you something. You're trying to remember, right? But I just quoted the verse where Krishna says, I am the source of memory. So the memory comes from Krishna, and he takes it away, forgetfulness too. So what you're trying to remember is that Dhruva could not even glorify the Lord. First and foremost, he's only 5 years old, a little kid. So he didn't have the right structure of sentences and words and all that. So what did the Lord do? Because I was saying, you don't want the Guru just to touch you with a peacock feather. Oh, you're a pure devotee. Yes. So he touched him with the conch shell, and immediately, that's the fourth canto. Again, His Holiness Hridayananda Maharaj, he explained that these prayers of Dhruva Maharaj, 5-year-old boy, are some of the most eloquent prayers in the entire Bhagavatam, because the Lord gave him the ability to speak. In the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the story of Lord Chaitanya, Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, who am I? I'm an old man. I had arthritis. I don't know how I'm speaking, how I'm writing, only by the grace of the Lord. Even a dumb man can speak eloquent words. Even a blind man can see by the grace of the Lord. So all of us, we're just waiting on the Lord's mercy. So I'm saying the mercy is, you want to get it, touching the feet, that's one way for sure. You can get some mercy. But the real mercy is to follow the instructions of the bona fide acharya. The dust from the lotus feet of the pure devotee gives rise to pure devotional service. That means his instructions. Srila Prabhupada, when he came to Atlanta 50 years ago at the Atlanta Temple on Ponce de Leon, he was explaining all these nice things about getting the mercy of the Lord, how to be a servant of the Lord. And all of us that were there, we remember. And he said there are two things in relationship to the Guru. Please repeat. Vani, Vani, Vapu. Vani, Vapu. Who knows what they mean? Just a quick test. Vani. Yeah, the instructions from your voice or your writings. Yeah, and Vapu means the form. So Prabhupada said, and I heard him say it, of the two things, the most important thing, words of the Guru. We want to get the mercy of the Guru. We want to touch his feet. We want to put the garland. We want to do all those things. But Prabhupada said definitively, the most important thing, teachings of the Guru. So we have Prabhupada's books right there, so many of his books. I'm not going to ask how many of you have all of Prabhupada's books, but make an effort to do it. If you don't have all of them, you can see me or Shambhi Hariprabhu. We'll make sure you have the whole set. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, the list goes on and on and on. Easy Journey to Other Planets. What else? Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, so many. So if Prabhupada said it then, if you want his mercy, then do what he said. He said the most important thing is not my physical form. He said this physical form will be gone. And it's hard to even conceive that Prabhupada is physically gone because I saw him many times. And then when he left physically, it was almost unbearable to be without him. Even when Prabhupada started in New York, when he had his first temple in New York and he had decided to go to San Francisco, the devotees in New York were almost dying. Prabhupada, please, where are you going? Don't leave us. So it's just like that. But Prabhupada said, I am here in the form of my books. And there's a nice prayer, you know that prayer, right? He reasons ill that say Vaishnavas die, because thou art living in sound. Vaishnavas die to live, and living spread the holy name around. Vaishnavas never die. Prabhupada is still here. I say this with all conviction. Same Prabhupada that I was able to actually touch. I touched Prabhupada's elbow in Delhi when he had to get down from the stage. Nobody was helping him. He's physically old. So I said, here's the opportunity. So I grabbed Prabhupada's arm and helped him down from the stage. Whoa. But more important than that, I'm reading Prabhupada's books every day. That's the important thing. So when you do that, fill yourself up. Keep this image in your mind. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 70. That's not, hey, Prampra, Haribo. Remember this, chapter 2, say it. Mataji's the only one that heard me. Which chapter? 7, 4, huh? Follow your mommy. Chapter 2, what chapter is it? What verse? Everyone together? Now, it's not enough just to say it. Are you going to read it? Are you going to study it? I'm giving you a little kind of a boost. There you'll find in that verse a cure for your material distractions. It's a cure. You got to visualize the ocean, how great and amazing the ocean is. Then visualize rivers coming into the ocean and the ocean just like this. Because the river can't affect the ocean. So we're complaining, oh, this in my work, oh, this in school, I don't like that guy, I don't this, that, why the government is, all this disturbing things. You can still think about those things and deal with them because the ocean is receiving the water from the river. So you're going to see all kind of messages, you're going to hear things on TV and on your whatever, YouTube, Bluetooth, green tube, I don't know, whatever. My tube, so many tubes, right? But if you're filled up with Krishna consciousness, it cannot affect you. Prabhupada said, because they asked him, Swamiji, can you do a miracle? Who was that man in India? P.C. Sakar. You know that P.C. Sakar? He was a magician. And if you go to him, he will take one rasgulla from nowhere and give you rasgulla. And people, oh, wow, look what he did. So one Hare Krishna devotee, who was also a magician, he went to P.C. Sakar. And P.C. Sakar showed a rasgulla, and the devotee, same thing. And he showed something else, the devotee could do. Because it's magic, some kind of magic trick, So that is not our system. That is not our program, right? We want to follow how Prabhupada gave us. So that verse, if you remember it, what is it? Oh, you cheated on me. You put it there, right? Oh, you did it. Okay, I'll give you a break on that. But 270. I mean, People ask me, Prabhu, you know so much Sanskrit. No, I do not. But I do know something. The Sanskrit verses that I do know have kept me in this movement for 52 years. The few that I know, not that many, but those are the ones that I go back to. They call them your go-to verses, right? That's one of them, 270. So fill your heart with Krishna consciousness, and when necessary, it'll come out. Now you notice I only got to like the first line of the first part of this song, but I'm going to jump to the part that I want to do real quick. Number 6, if you can find number 6, because I only have a couple of minutes. And on your own, you can study this song. It's so amazing. But number 6 is what I said in the beginning, is very helpful for families. Okay? Husbands and wives and all that, especially. You find it? Number 6. Who wants to read it? You want to read it? Oh, you know what? I think you need the microphone.
One day, while performing devotional practices, I saw my house transformed into Goloka Vrindavan. When I take the Charnamrita of the deity, I see the holy Ganges water that come from the feet of Lord Vishnu, and my bliss knows no bounds.
In a, let's see if it's a lecture or class. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada says, in his book, Saranagati Bhaktivinoda Thakur states, Yedina grihe bhajana deki grihe te goloka boy. We just sang that song. A householder glorifies the Supreme Lord in his home. His activities are immediately transformed into the activities of Golok Vrindavan, spiritual activities taking place in Goloka Vrindavan, planet of Krishna. So when you do devotional service in your home, when you have deities, when you offer arati, even students, I know it's difficult in the morning, you got to go to school. I have a little friend in Philadelphia. I've known him since he was a little kid. And what his parents do, they make him do arati before he goes to school. Because I was there staying with them. Sometimes he's rushing with his book bag, running to the bus. But he's got it in his mind now every day. The guy's 20 years old now. Every day he does the puja. So in your home, make sure the children are learning how to do at least incense, something. Some respect for Krishna before going out into the world. Same thing for the parents. You know, don't tell them to stop eating sweets if you're still eating sweets. You know that story, right? If you want to give an instruction, then you have to be doing it yourself, right? Yat yat achariti shreshtat, Bhagavad Gita. So keep this in mind, that your home will become Krishna Lok, Vaikunta, by engaging in devotional service. Vaikunta means Vaikunta, no anxiety. Is anyone in this room affected by anxiety other than me? Everyone. Young people as well. Vaikunta means no anxiety. So if your home becomes Vaikunta, you won't have any problems. The only reason we have problems in our home, we're not treating it like Vaikunta. We're not treating it like the spiritual world. This is the spiritual world. We went to a home this morning, Mother Mahaguna, she just got a beautiful new home. And we had, she started her puja 5 in the morning. A priest came 5 or 6. And the puja went on. She said, Prabhu, are you coming at 6? I said, no. I'll be there at 8. So when I got there at 8:30, the puja's still going on. And then Sham Prabhu came, puja's still going on. Finally, the puja was over. And then we had kirtan around 10 o'clock, 10:30. But my point is, she dedicated moving into this house we call Griha Pravesh, a very auspicious ceremony, to bring Krishna. So she had her Radha Krishna deity, her Gaurnitai deity, Jagannath deity, the Sringadev deity. It's amazing. And now she dedicated the first part of her house, when you come in on the left side, first room, that's her altar room. And she was describing how it's going to be this way and that way. Your home is a temple. Don't wait till you come here to get, excited, fired up. Be fired up at home. Seriously. Your home is the first opportunity for you to practice Krishna consciousness. Okay? Don't deprive yourself of that joy of devotional service all day long. Start in the morning, even if it's one stick of incense, something. Go pick a flower from your garden, something, and offer it to Krishna. And say a few prayers. The easiest prayer is, I had to make sure and do that because years and years ago, I mean probably 40 years ago, we were traveling. We used to go in buses all around selling Prabhupada's books. We were somewhere in Alabama. So the devotee asked me to give the class. He was our senior. Balabaja's going to give the class. So I gave the class. I did my little thing. And at the end, I didn't ask people to chant Hare Krishna. He said, Balabaja, you idiot. You didn't tell people to chant. That was the whole purpose of your preaching. And since that day, I don't make that mistake anymore. Our whole goal is to bring you to the point of chanting Hare Krishna. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. But do it, as Krishna says,